everyone, I'm Karam and I manage social media for Edge Communication. And we received a couple of questions over social media about crisis communication scenarios that some of you are experiencing. And we have Toni with us, the expert, to answer these questions. All right, Toni, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. Expert. That's a heavy title, Carol. But thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So the question that was sent in from Anita was, should we suspend or terminate any associations with someone in a lawsuit, such as endorsements or collaborations? He has not been found guilty yet.
Okay, so let's give the audience a little bit of context. Anita sent in this question specifically as she's watching the Diddy trial, and she works with a major brand who is experiencing something similar, maybe on a smaller level, maybe not as globally renowned as the Diddy trial that is on television networks this week, but something similar. Okay, so should we suspend or terminate associations? Whew. There's no one-size-fits-all response to this one, so I think we have to respond to Anita with some bite-size scenarios, right? First of all, if you are a brand or a company and you are entering into an agreement with a celebrity, an influencer, or anyone for that matter, make sure that agreement is ironclad for these scenarios. That will keep you out of legal trouble later, especially if someone was found not guilty and you terminated a contract that they felt they should still have, right? So always protect yourself on the front end. But secondly, it really can depend on what the lawsuit or legal issue is and how it comes back to your brand. 8 times out of 10, if it's highly visible and it's highly public, whether the person has been found guilty or not, it is going to affect their association with you, especially if they are out in the front lines endorsing your brand or supporting it in some sort of way. You brought them on board so people would associate you with said celebrity or influencer. So yeah, those two things are going to cross. Now, where you could say this has flexibility is, it really depends on the lawsuit, right? Or the legal issue. If you are a car company and someone has a DUI, yeah, you probably want to step back from that immediately and quickly. Mm-hmm. Those two things don't go together. If it is a lawsuit that is about criminal activity and the abuse of women, guilty or not, you probably don't want your brand aligned with that while the lawsuit is being determined who's guilty. But if it's a lawsuit that is between two individuals, we see this a lot with divorce, a lot. I have a celebrity who's endorsing my brand, now going through a divorce, and there are some wild accusations as part of the divorce. That might be an instance where you say, well, what are those accusations and how could they impact my brand or the image of my brand? So while that's not a straightforward yes, no, it is important to note, protect yourself on the front end, evaluate, do you want this issue associated with your brand? Because it will be. Or, and we have seen scenarios where brands have stood by the person and said, no, we support them still, sorry for this divorce or what have you, and they move on. Take the time, think about your brand first. Think about the outcomes first. Then say, is this something that works for my brand and I'd like to be associated with?
Excellent feedback, Toni. So I'm sure it's going to be very relevant to what everyone is seeing in the news.
We will continue to watch. I will say a lot of Diddy's endorsements have gone by the wayside. But again, it's a highly visible trial. It doesn't matter that he hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. No brand wants to be associated with this trial, no matter its outcome. And to stay aligned with someone with these accusations, with a trial that is literally on every news channel and covered across social media, yeah, you step back from that. It's the fanfare you don't want to be involved with, whether the person is guilty or not.
True. All right, and there you have it, Anita. And if you have more questions that you'd like answered, please send them in through the DMs on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We will make sure they get covered.
Yes, we will.